Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation on financing health tech. This is supported by the Novartis Foundation, and today I'm joined by Pascal Murasira, the MD of Norrsken East Africa. Pascal, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Rumbi. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks. And so, one thing that the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us in Africa is that there's a need to invest in health systems. And I know that your organization is involved in a partnership that's actually focused on investing in health tech. Can you tell us a little bit more about this partnership and why it's so important to invest in health tech specifically?
Thank you. That's a very good question. So, Norrsken East Africa, as you just mentioned, is partnering with the Novartis Foundation to launch the Africa Health Tech Hub in Kigali. And we intend to host more than 30 startups from all over the continent who are working on digital healthcare services. So, with a specific focus on cardiovascular health, breast cancer, virtual care, using IT or tech solutions. And we will be working with these startups to help them scale the solutions they are already developing to be able to reach more people, but also improve the quality of care across the continent. So, as we just mentioned, COVID-19 has showed us that everybody is vulnerable to poor healthcare services. And we also know that through digital solutions, we can reach as many people as possible, but also can scale great solutions quickly. So we feel that the combination of digital healthcare services and the entrepreneurial attitude or the entrepreneurial aspect of startups can have a great impact on the health systems across the continent. And that's why we decided to work with the Novartis Foundation to make this a reality.
So, you mentioned that you're looking for startups. What kind of startups exactly are you looking for?
So basically, we are looking for startups that already have an MVP. So that's a minimum viable product. So they already have something that's working that has been tested. But also the startups that are still quite at the early stage, so that have not raised, for example, more than $2 million in funding. And we want startups that can, to some extent, also be able to travel to Kigali or be able to work from the physical hub that we are setting up in Kigali. And any startup that's anywhere in Africa, and ideally, we're also looking for startups that have a mix of female founders as well. So those are kind of startups we are really looking for.
I'm glad you're also looking at gender equality in terms of that. And once we found these or startups, what's next? What's the expected impact of this project?
So of course, we will be having a selection. So we need to select because of the resources we have. We cannot serve all the startups that could be relevant for this program like this. But the selected startups, we will provide them with access to the hub, the physical hub, which as I mentioned, we are setting up in Kigali. But we will also be providing them access to mentorship, business development services, access to funding, financing, and as a part of the benefits, Novartis Foundation is also providing some grants to some of the winning startups. But overall, we want these startups to be connected to the right partners that can help them scale their solutions to the continent or even beyond.
So, from the things that you've mentioned that you'll be offering these startups, it kind of addresses all the problems that startups are actually having in Africa. So, from your experience, what challenges are startups having in Africa, and how do you intend to make it easier for these particular startups in the health tech space?
So there are quite lots of challenges like startups not only in Africa but across the continent, sorry, across the world face. But the key challenges African startups face: access to capital, access to networks and infrastructure. So within this program, we'll be providing first the infrastructure, which is the physical hub that's located in Kigali, Rwanda. And second, we'll also be providing access to networks within Norrsken, but also within the Novartis Foundation, and also other partnerships we are building now. And we will also be providing access to capital through the challenge that we just launched earlier this week, but also through demo days and access to networks of investors from all over the world.
One of the things you mentioned earlier on in our conversation was the specific health challenges that you're looking for solutions for. What health challenges are these? Once again, can you remind us? And why did you pick these ones in particular?
So there are three areas that we're looking for startups. So cardiovascular health, breast cancer, and virtual care. The main reason we picked these areas because Novartis Foundation and its partners, they already have quite expertise in this area, and they are recognized as one of the best or biggest players in the worldwide in this area. So it is important that as we get startups, we also make sure that it's not just about providing them with the infrastructure and these networks, but also actually providing them with mentorship and the right connections they need to be able to scale their solutions.
Okay. And then in terms of partners, are you looking to have more partners within this project, the Health Tech Hub? And
Oh
how can
yes,
organizations get involved?
oh yes. We believe in the power of partnerships. And as I already mentioned, one of the challenges that startups face is access to networks. So any organization out there that is feels that they can contribute something to this initiative, they are more than welcome. And they can just reach out to us through our website, or just reaching out to us directly to the Novartis Foundation, or to Norrsken. So it's actually encouraged that anyone who is listening out there, please reach out, and we can together discuss in which areas we can create synergies and help these entrepreneurs succeed.
Okay, and we're coming to the end of our conversation, unfortunately. But in the last few minutes, can you tell us how entrepreneurs can get involved? What do they need to do if they want to be part of this Health Tech Hub?
So we have a website that they can submit the applications to, and this website we have shared it on LinkedIn. So if you go online on social media, look at the Novartis Foundation, but also Norrsken Foundation, Norrsken East Africa. We have these links. And through that application, it takes you 5 to 10 minutes. You can submit your application, and we receive it, and we will pre-select which startups most well positioned to succeed or to benefit from this hub, and we shall be announcing those startups early in December.
Okay. Sounds promising. So we've come to the end of our conversation. There you have it. That's how you register if you're a startup and looking for more organizations to join the Health Tech Hub. So thank you so much for joining us, Pascal, and thank you for this wonderful conversation.
Thank you, Rumbi. It was a pleasure.